So we're going to review at our annual meeting, at our semi-annual meeting, we're going to review our Constitution. So the revised, minor revisions to the Constitution were emailed out a month ago and then again this week. If anyone didn't get a copy of the Constitution, raise your hand. Or maybe Cam, maybe you can just walk up and down the aisle and see if anyone wants the Constitution. Let us pray for God's blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon your mercy and grant you peace. When you're leaving, say hello to Max and Anita and Norma and Julia, is that? I think that's Julia, yes. You can say hello to them on your way out. Go in peace, serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Hi. Are we gonna be able to see the meeting?
I'll leave it on.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Potluck seems to be upstairs, Norma.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
And then the meeting would be upstairs too, I guess.
Yeah. Pastor said he'll leave it on.
Okay.
I don't know if we still have some left.
Holy God, we ask your blessing upon us as we gather now. Bless us with wisdom, with courage, with insight and compassion. Amen.
Thank you. So there's just a couple of things I'd like to announce before we start our meeting. First of all, there's going to be a sign-up sheet that's going to go around, so if you can please initial by your name. And we just need everyone to do that, so that helps us. Also, I would like to introduce, if you don't already know, the council members that are on the church council. So if you can please, any council member, if you can please stand up so you can introduce yourself. Please. So we'll just go around, if you can just, say your name, just so, in case anyone's not familiar, they'll know who you are. Yeah.
And I'm outgoing. I'm Claudia Maney. I'm Secretary of Council.
Don Weber.
And
I'm Evan Jespe, member.
And I am Russell Fulmore. Evan and I are post-vice presidents for the council, and Lori Palastro is the president, and she's unable to make it today, I should say. Also, Chip is unable to make it today because he's feeling under the weather, but he's also on the council, an alcohol member, I believe. Okay.
Where's that thing? Hello?
Let me also announce that Laura Chen is the treasurer, and Barbara Bissell is the financial secretary. They do a lot for us, so I just want to mention them and appreciate what they do. Okay, so first, we'd like to, again, make sure that everyone signs the sign-up sheet. And second, we'd like to have a vote on the minutes, which is contained in the annual report. These are the minutes from the prior semi-annual meeting. So if I can please get a motion to approve the minutes. Okay, can I get a second? And Everyone who's okay, please raise your hand. Thank you. Any opposed? So moved. The minutes are accepted. I also would like to note that we do have a quorum. A quorum is a certain percentage of people that attend the meeting that are among our members. So we do have that. Now, I'd like to pass the chair over to Evan. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Thank you all for being here. This is Russell and my first chairing of a congregational meeting. We did chair the council meeting, so this is all a little new but fun. So at this point in the agenda, we'd like to hear from the pastor on his report.
So on page 10 in the report is just a summary of some things that happened this year. We had 3 funerals: Bernard Waldman, Art Schmidt, and David Spengler. David Spengler is Pam's dad. We had a service for him, very lovely service on the beach. Art Schmidt, many of you knew Art Schmidt. And Bernard Waldman was not a member. He was a friend of Bill Fackendini. You also see the new members: Melissa, Julia, Carolyn, Sarah, Rebecca, Linda, Wayne, and Art became new members this year. Also, we had 2 baptisms. Those 2 baptisms were Mary Jane Catherine and Cora. And we had 2 confirmations, which was Ryan and Jamie. And we had First Holy Communion for, you know I was going to say your name, right? Ava and Audrey. Let's give them a round of applause, Ava and Audrey. That's so fun. So you see that just some highlights. Back in the beginning of the year, we were trying to do a Zoom service followed by a regular service. And the people on Zoom, hello people on Zoom, they really wanted to hear the music. And recently we kind of figured out how the music can be heard over Zoom. So we went back to just doing a hybrid service. One of the things about the hybrid service is to make sure that the people on Zoom are hearing everything. So Russell is our Zoom usher. Every Sunday, Russell is our Zoom usher. And we picked Russell out of a long list of people who were applying for that job. And we basically, maybe I shouldn't say this, but basically we picked the best looking person. Because everybody has to look at his face when they're on Zoom, so we thought that's an important skill. Russell also helped us a lot on the council this year. So each person on the council brings their own unique gifts, and Russell has a career in insurance. And so Russell sat down with our insurance broker. Was it the broker we sat down with?
Yes.
This insurance broker. So we had a nice meeting with the insurance broker. And I can tell you that's a very important connection. It's very important to kind of be in communication with our insurance companies. Russell's going to have us maybe look at going with a different carrier for our insurance, kind of get some competition going to see who has the best coverage at the best price. When an insurance broker comes to your church, they look around and they want to see what the condition of the building is. And I can tell you there's a church in White Plains that the insurance company said that they had to repave their parking lot or they were going to lose their insurance altogether. So $70,000 later, they have a new parking lot and they still have their insurance company that told them they had to do that. So our insurance broker said that our church is in very good shape. He said that it's one of the best churches in terms of the management and in terms of the physical upkeep. So we're very excited about that, and thank you, Russell, for bringing that skill. I could go through all the volunteers and all the wonderful things that they do, but it's all listed there. And I think that'll be the end of my report. You can just read the rest of it.
Thank you, Pastor. And when you read Pastor's report, you can see how busy he is at all times, and yet remains available to all of us for our spiritual and other needs. So thank you, Pastor. Okay, so what are we doing about the stewardship?
So Laura is going to.
Okay, so we'd like to call Laura for stewardship and a budget presentation.
Laura? You're really close to it, so. It's where you-
Good morning, everyone. Barbara is our stewardship coordinator, financial secretary, I think that's her official title. But she couldn't be here today, so she left us some notes about what to present for congregation's giving this past year and the pledges that we received so far for next year. It's the single double-sided sheet that's coming around to you right now where it says Stewardship Pledge Report 2023. So these actuals are through November 30th. So hopefully our December giving with our offering and our envelopes and the online giving that you're all doing, hopefully that will bring us to our projected budget by the end of the year. So as of November 30th, 2023, our 2023 regular offerings received totaled $147,032. This regular means weekly envelopes only and excludes Easter, Lent, Christmas, etc. Of this total, 119,247 was received from pledges, which is 20,531 over the prorated budget. 27,785 has been received from congregants who did not pledge for 2023. The non-pledges are always a very pleasant surprise when we're counting the offering, so thank you very much. But as you'll see from the chart, that knowing what our members are pledging helps us plan budget-wise for the next year so that we can see where we might fall short, where we can better plan our resources. Okay, so if you have not pledged yet for 2024, I encourage you to do so. It helps us a lot. And I just want to note that one of the reasons we are over our projected budget this year is because one of our members realized in 2022 that his offerings through the bank weren't coming through. So a large chunk of it arrived in 2023, and that's why we're over our projected budget in pledges, not in pledges, but over our projected budget. And if you look at 2022, you'll see how much lower we were at that time, okay? So while it's a nice thing that we are over our pledges, we can't rest on that because that was actually sort of an error. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to go over is our proposed budget for 2024. And on the top page where it says quick summary, our anticipated contributions every year for the past few years has been $150,000. We've come close to it every year. So in 2021, it was $144,000. In 2022, it was $128,000, but like I said, 20,000 didn't make it into there. So it looks like this year we're about on target as well. So we're doing pretty well in terms of what we anticipate. We decided not to take that up a little bit higher, even though we would like to, because as I said, when we're not sure what our pledges are going to be, what our member contributions are going to be, it's hard for us to actually feel confident in bringing that anticipated number up. Facility usage is what the child care center gives us for the center space downstairs. They agreed to an increase of $5,500 a month to $6,000 a month. So that's why our facility usage income, anticipated income for next year is going to be $72,000. Our expenses, if we just take a quick look at the summary on the first page, it shows you that our anticipated expenses are going to be $294,730 with a loss of $43,730. That looks like a lot, but it's something that we've had to budget every year, and we've made it out okay. In large part because our child care center does well. All right. While we have two separate budgets between the church and the child care center, it's still all the same pot. We just separate it out so that we can, so that the child care center can plan what their income and their expenses are going to be, and we can plan what our income and expenses are going to be. But at the end of the day, it's all in the same unit. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, and then the other pages, page 2, page 3, is just a breakdown of all of the income and expenses. A couple of areas that we increased were pastor's compensation. We took the minimum. Basically, the way the ELCA works, or the Metropolitan New York Synod works, is that they have a minimum for salary for pastors based on the number of years that they've been, since they've been ordained. Is that the correct wording? He's not here. Okay. But he's been ordained for 20 years now. So it's the minimum, plus we gave him a 3% increase on top of that. Our organist, we also gave a 3% increase. Medical benefits, as you all know, have health insurance coverage has all gone up. So that's where there's a large increase from 2023 to 2024. Another area where we increased was our groundskeeping. Our landscaper, who does all the mowing every week and plowing, has not gotten an increase in the last 3 or 4 years. So we felt that, you know, with the gas prices that have gone up, with everything that has gone up, we needed to raise the landscaping from $13,000 a year to $15,000 a year. And that's it. Any questions? Any feedback?
Thank you, it's a lot of work.
A lot of fun work. But, you know, for me, it's so fun. No, but seriously, at the end of the day, we're all just so grateful for everything our community, you know, members, non-members, brings to St. Paul's every day. And it's not just through monetary, but your time and your talent, and just being here in community together just means so much to us. So thank you for everything that you give.
Thank you, Laura. Can we get a motion to approve the budget? Can we get a motion to second the budget? Second. All in favor? Any nays? Then the budget passes and is approved as presented. And just to echo, thanks to Laura, who just spends endless hours crunching all these numbers and making it clearly understandable for those of us who are mathematically challenged. So, okay, so now we're going to move on to the election of new council members. So the new, what about the leaving council members?
We should acknowledge them, yeah.
We will acknowledge, there are 3 council members who, their terms are up for this year, and that is Pam and Cecilia and Chip. So we want to thank them for their time and participation and everything they've done. Thank you all. And then to introduce the new people who will be coming on council, Patty Gaw, and Laura, Jen, and Susan Ann. Oh, Susan Ann, hi. So in addition to the new members coming on, if any of you are interested in serving on the council, we do have a nominating committee made up of Reverend Martha, Barbara Thistle, Lori, and PJ and Claudia. So you can see any one of them if you're interested in serving, or any of the council members who have already been introduced. So can we get a motion to approve the slate of candidates? A second. Second motion, thank you. All in favor? Any nays? Okay, so the new council members are approved, and we give thanks for the council members who have served their terms. Thank you. Welcome to the new, and thank you to the leaving members. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Altar Guild report, that's me. So I just wanted to thank all the members. We have 10 members on the Altar Guild, including one male, which we're happy about. We have 4 really solid teams, and we have Galen and Russell as assistants. And we just had a good year. Everybody was just there for their assignment. I didn't have to do many substitutions. We just worked smoothly as teams, and it's fun. It's a chance to just have a little fellowship with each other. And I feel it's an important mission that we provide, help Pastor Jim to beautify the altar and make every service very sacred and special. So thank you to the Altar Guild. And we ordered the poinsettias. They're coming next Saturday for Christmas. And as I said, everything's going smoothly. If you have any interest in joining the Altar Guild, each team serves for a month about 2 or 3 times a year at the most. So it's not a lot, but it's a very important mission. So if you have any interest, you can speak to me. And so that's my report. Oh, one other thing. A few people have asked me about wanting to donate to the Altar Guild. We used to collect dues, and we used to get a little bit more funds in from flower offerings. If you would like to donate to the Altar Guild, you could just put your check in the offering basket on a Sunday, or give it to Laura, but just make sure to note on your check that it's for the Altar Guild. Okay, thank you to all our Altar Guild members. Okay. And then next we have the worship report, and Claudia will give us her report. Chip isn't here today, so we'll see about that. Maybe we have an update on that from Claudia or Pastor.
I speak now, I was supposed to be giving a report today, however, I'm still here to anyhow.
You want to come up? Come on up, Claudia,
Okay.
so everybody can hear you.
So the most important news is that we are going to be having choir this Christmas. Looking forward to that, and some other extra music as well. We also had choir, as you guys know, last Easter, as well as bell choir and other special music for that occasion. Um, We've been very lucky, and I don't think we often give enough thanks to Chip, because he is going to be playing the trumpet along with all of our hymns this Christmas, which helps to make the service really special. And he did that last Easter also. We've been really lucky over this past year again to have Kia join us to sing. And she's going to be singing, I believe, for the pageant this Sunday coming up next week. So we're looking forward to that too. So, I guess I should say something about the organ. I think maybe some of you have noticed that we've been having problems with the organ. We had our tuner come in for the regular tuning and maintenance last November, and she discovered that there were some major electrical issues in the right loft that was caused by a leak in the roof. So the leak's been fixed, but the damage to the pipes and the other works in the organ have not been fixed yet. And that's why you hear sometimes like extra notes that shouldn't be playing. That's why Chip has been running up there to like pull pipes out. That's the main problem that we've been having, is that with the electrical problems, a note will start sounding even if you're not playing it. It even keeps sounding for a while after you turn the organ off. So it's going to be expensive, I think, to do all that work to fix it. And we don't really know exactly what that number is going to be until January. The tuner's going to come back and do a comprehensive review. So we will keep you in touch with what's going on with that.
Thank you, Claudia, and thank you for the beautiful music that you provide every week, despite the challenges. Okay, next, we would like to get an update from Lorna on our community service projects. He was supposed to go.
We didn't mean to put you on the spot. Sorry.
Okay. Food to grow. Hi, I'm Lori. So we're on the rotation to help at the Carver Center every month, 1 week per month. And we used to provide the whole meal, but now we're just in charge of providing the dessert. The Carver Center chefs make the meal. Hi. So every month we kind of just get a group of volunteers, 6 to 8 people. We love when the kids participate. That makes it even much more fun. And we prepare the dessert together. We serve the meal to about 40, 50 people. And it's a lot of fun, and we hope to continue doing so. We also are involved in Food to Grow, which is a weekly. Is it a weekly? Food to Grow? Huh?
I'm sorry, we were talking.
Food to Grow.
Yes.
That's every week.
Every week.
Thursday.
And we go to the Presbyterian Church and pack bags for kids for the school children in certain schools. And I think Donna is a regular there. And sometimes we've joined, Patty, you've joined in that. And that's also.
We fill over 300 bags for 3 schools in Portchester. Yes. And once a month, there's a number of churches as well as KTI that all donate towards this, as well as the Rotary Club. And once a month, Donna and I go to Wegmans and get a large part of what's going to be distributed. But another group does it the other weeks too. But it really is substantial. It's really surprising to see. This is just for 3 elementary schools as well. So.
And like you said, we do that in collaboration with the other congregations, so it's pretty fun.
Right, other congregations, and we do it at the Presbyterian, Cornwall Presbyterian Church.
And another of our outreach is the clothing shed, which the attractive structure in the corner of the parking lot. And that's a service to the community as well as to us, because it's a good place for people to get rid of things they don't need. It's generally clothing and fabrics, textiles, no toys or furniture, that kind of thing. And it's picked up weekly, and we do get a small income, and we're using that towards our youth activities. Our youth volunteers go there twice a week or something to kind of shift things over into the corner so there's room for more things to be donated. And it's bringing in a steady little income stream for our youth volunteers. And we've just started, you may have remembered, we started giving them a little prize every month for whoever moves the most bags. Just a little friendly competition.
It's a one community service hour every time.
Yeah.
Which I sign up.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you. And just a reminder that if you would like to volunteer, there are many opportunities. If you're retired or you have a little time off here and there and you want to get involved in some community outreach, I know a lot of people do the Carver Center monthly, and so you could talk to Lorna or Pastor about getting involved. So next on the agenda, let's see. Okay, deacon status. Okay.
So we're very blessed with the deacons that we have. Just in the past 10 years, we've suddenly gotten involved in a program for leadership development that's called Diaconia. It's also called Growing in Faith. So we currently have Barbara Tormenson and Philip, who've been helping us as deacons. And Lori is very good. Lori's not here today, but Lori's very good at telling me what's in the Constitution, so I remember what we're supposed to be doing. So she said in the Constitution, it says you need to renew the deacon's call every year. So let me just tell you quickly what they do. So Philip, as you know, leads worship. He's helping his wife today. She's at St. Barnabas in Howard Beach. But he's often also here with us, helping us. He preaches many times, and most of you have heard him preach. He does the artwork for the bulletin covers. He helps us with lots of things in terms of visitation, in terms of some administrative things that he's been helping with. He's on the Child Care Advisory Committee, which is somebody, we're not doing that this meeting, we're doing it at the next meeting, but it's always important to remember the Child Care Advisory Committee and all the work that they do. So that's what we've called him to do, and that's what he does for us. Barbara Tormenson also helped us with worship last week. She was here, and the three deacons were here last week doing prayers for healing. We want to do that every month. Barbara also does administrative things and lots of things in terms of volunteering and helping out. She's also helped out with Food to Grow On and other programs like that. So that's what the two of them are called to do, what they've been called to do. So I would welcome a motion now that we renew the call for Philip and for Barbara to be a congregational deacon and for Philip to be a synodical deacon. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? With thanks to Philip and Barbara. So now we have a new person who has just completed the Diaconia Growing in Faith program. Lori, who is in Chicago today. I think she's in Chicago with her daughter, who is just graduating. She's at her daughter's graduation, I think, right? Yes. So she couldn't be here today. Otherwise, she would be chairing this meeting because she's our council president. So our vice presidents have jumped in very nicely. But she has finished her 2 years of study, and she just finished her internship. So she's going to be, she has completed all the requirements to be a synodical deacon. The synod is a regional area of Metro New York. So she'll be recognized by Metro New York as a synodical deacon. So she helps us with worship. She helps us with administrative things. She helps us with all kinds of things, and she's involved in things like yoga. We have yoga twice a week. She's a regular member of that, supporting that and keeping that going. She started the toy drive that we have going on. There's a bunch of toys up there. We had a group of children from a Japanese boarding school who came on Friday to bring a whole bunch more toys. I think they're downstairs. And they also met with the children. They read to the kids in the classroom on Sunday. That was very nice. On Friday, that was very nice. So Lori started that. During COVID, we started that toy drive. We hadn't done that before. So Lori does all those things. She does Bible studies. She does wonderful Bible studies for us. And she helps with leading worship. She preaches on occasion as well. So those are all the things we want to call her to do. So she's just finished the process of her internship. Her paperwork, her essay that she had to write is all being in process right now. So I would welcome a motion now that we let our bishop know that we're very happy with Lori's work as an intern, a deacon intern, and that we would very much like, once the bishop approves her, that she's completed all the paperwork and everything, that we would very much like the bishop to consider making her a synodical deacon that we can then call to be a synodical deacon to our congregation. So I welcome a motion for Lori to be supported as a deacon. First, second, all in favor? Thank you. Thank you to our deacons. Let's thank our deacons. If anyone is interested in the diaconia program, it is Tuesday nights. Lori's not here. It's Tuesday nights on Zoom, and it's every week. There's a every evening, one evening every week. There's a course, and that's for 2 years. There's about a dozen different courses that are involved. It's something you might really enjoy, learning about the Bible, learning about church history and stuff like that. You don't have to be wanting to be a deacon in order to take those classes. Cam, who was here today, who is helping with passing stuff out, has started the diaconia program. He's taken 3 classes, I think, already. So it's really good that we have people who are continuing to engage with that.
Great, thank you, Pastor. So we're coming to the close of our meeting. And first, I'd like to ask if anyone has any questions before we end. And if not, oh, yes.
How many people are on the council?
9? You said there was 9, right? Yeah, there's 9 people that are on the council, yes. Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to end our meeting for today.
No,
Or
one
not?
more thing, the Constitution.
Oh, I don't have that on my notes.
I forgot to put that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, thanks.
So there are 3 copies of the Constitution going around. I emailed them to everyone yesterday. If you didn't get a copy, let me know. I emailed it out last month as well. So the updates to the Constitution come from our national church. And when I say national church, what I mean is people from all over the United States who get together once every 3 years for a week to work on issues of leadership. Sometimes we're electing a bishop, sometimes we're electing people to the National Church Council, people to various committees, they pass a budget and so forth. So that group of people who assemble every 3 years from all around the country, pastors, lay leaders, they often look at the Constitution and see something that needs to be updated, and then they send those updates to us. So we just updated, when Don was council president, we just updated our entire Constitution in 2018. So there was a lot of updates then because it was decades since we had updated it. But Lori was saying we shouldn't wait so long. There's 2 assemblies that have happened with sending updates to us. So the updates are kind of minor in some ways, like they're changing the word synodical to synodically, which I don't know why they thought grammatically that needed to change, but very simple grammatical things like that. The meaningful changes to the Constitution are just a couple of places where they've added the word diversity and equity. That as congregations, we're trying to work to being more diverse and to looking at issues of equity in terms of gender, in terms of race, and all kinds of things. So those are the changes to the Constitution, the essential changes. So those come to us from the National Church. The National Church decides about 75% of our Constitution, and then we can have some things that we can change depending on our location and our situation. But these changes are ones that are required of us. So there's not really much more than that. My job description now includes working for diversity and equity. The council and our collective job description includes trying to be more diverse and working at equity in our society and in our church. So I'd like a motion to accept the updates to the Constitution. Don first, Pam second, all in favor? Aye. Before we finish, I'd like, is Medina out there?
Yes.
Medina, can you come in? And Donna, can you come in? So Medina is the director of our child care center. Our child care center is here every day, all year long, with the exception of 2 weeks out of the entire year. So Medina, good to see you. So we have a second meeting each year, and that's the meeting where we're going to get a child report, and that happens in the spring. And Donna is our secretary. You all know Donna, if you don't. She's our secretary. She helps with Food to Grow On. I could give you a whole list of all the stuff that she does. Donna, next month, will have been with our church for
long time.
For 10 years. Can you imagine being with me 5 days a week for 10 years? None of you has had to do that except for Lorna. And Medina has been with us as an assistant teacher, as a teacher, as an assistant director, as a director for 10 years. So they are absolutely essential and absolutely vital to the work that we do here. They do it well, and they do it in a way that is kind and gracious and beautiful. So we're really thankful for them being here every day, keeping our ministry going. What else was I going to say? Oh, they're here for the book sale. So they've sold a bunch of books. If you know some children, it's a scholastic book sale. There's a lot of children's books out there. Also, if you want to see some of the books that the Child Care Center has requested, if you want to donate either money or if you want to pick out a specific book to donate to the Child Care Center. So let's thank them for being here today to do the book sale. And the book sale is going to be here through Wednesday or Thursday or? Thursday. Friday. So during the daytime, parents will be coming in and other people can come in to see the book sale. Will be here for most of the week. And then whatever's not sold, we pack up and we send back to Scholastic.
Thanks again, Pastor. Appreciate it. So now we're going to end our meeting for today. So I'd like to make a motion to end the meeting. Anyone? Thank you. Second? Okay. All in favor? Thanks so much for attending. Though it's important for the congregation to hear the activities that are happening within the church. So thanks so much for coming.
Thank you to our vice presidents.
Yeah. And thank you, Zoom members as well. That's my mom. Yes, Pastor, please.
So just a prayer before we leave, and also there's a lot of food here, and we would love for people to take food with them. But just a closing prayer. The Lord be with you. Holy God, we graciously and lovingly and with hearts full of love and thankfulness, we come before you asking you to bless us, to continue to bless us. We thank you for all the ways in which you've helped us to do all this work this year. And we know that we need and rely on your help to do it in the year ahead and in years ahead. Continue to help us to grow closer together as brothers and sisters in Christ and grow closer together to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you all very much.